Nevada did. And when we take the U.S. Senate back, we can enact the vision that we want for America and the story that we really need to tell the world. So without further ado, Senator Hirono from Hawaii.
Thank you very much. Good morning and aloha, everybody. Aloha. So, thanks, Jim. We're part of the Ohana. Those of you who have been, how many of you have been to Hawaii? Have connections? That's everybody. I feel like I'm at home. I checked in about 2 a.m., you guys. And I'm here because I want to thank you all. I'm here to support Catherine, who is going to help us take back the Senate. Because when we elect Hillary through the work to the very last moment, because we never take anything for granted, she's going to need help in both the House and the Senate. This is our chance to take back the Senate. And so your union, I know, has been at the forefront in supporting Catherine in a grassroots way. You're knocking on doors. Don't get discouraged, because I know you have lists of people that, these are people who, if we can get to them, if we can talk to them, if we can tell them and explain to them, and get them to feel in their hearts that this election matters and they need to vote, they will vote with us. They will vote for Hillary. They will vote for Catherine. So I know that it is not easy to go knocking on doors and you have your little notepads and you're talking to total strangers. But you know what? I think that they know that you're doing this because you really believe in your heart that this is what we ought to do for our country and for Nevada. Catherine is a doer, and she's going to join a group of doers. I call the women, particularly in the Senate, the doers, because we are problem solvers. She's going to help us take back the Senate. She's going to be part of the doers, because I know from her history as your Attorney General, I know she got bills passed, 45 bills in a bipartisan way, all signed into law by your Republican governor. That is a feat. And remember, not too long ago when we had the terrible economic meltdown, and you had some 70,000, almost 80,000 homeowners in Nevada who were facing foreclosure. She was the first Attorney General to sue the banks. And she brought back $1.9 billion to help homeowners in Nevada. That's a doer. Catherine and I have a few things in common. She comes from immigrant stock. Her grandfather came from Mexico. I'm sure you all know her story. Humble beginnings. I am an immigrant. I'm the only naturalized U.S. citizen serving in the United States Senate right now. How many of you were not born in this country? Okay. So you know what it's like, right? You come to this country, you leave everything that you know. You don't know the language. I certainly didn't know English when I got off that boat with my mother in steerage. And who knew that this country would give us the kind of opportunities to enable me to serve in the United States Senate. But I am an immigrant. I never forget where I came from. My mother escaped an abusive marriage to my father, who I didn't get to know very well. She brought 3 children to this country so we could have a chance at a better life. And she sacrificed so much, but she had tremendous courage. She showed me one person can make a difference. But imagine when all of us are working together. But Catherine and I also were the first in our family to go to college. And when she is elected, she will be the first Latina ever to get elected to the United States Senate. That is awesome. And I am the first Asian woman ever to get elected to the United States Senate. So, when I ran for this seat in 2012, Tammy Baldwin of Wisconsin was also running. She's the first openly gay woman to be elected to the United States Senate. And I am very much with her when she said in response to a question, are you doing this to make history? And she said, no, I'm not doing this. I'm not doing this. Catherine's not doing this to make history. We're all doing it to make a difference. To make a difference for our families, for our working people. I cannot thank you guys enough for the time that you're going to spend today knocking on total strangers' door. Every vote that you get today is a vote that likely would not have happened if not for you standing in that doorstep talking to that person. And you know that in this state, some $46 million has been spent in outside money a lot of it by the Koch brothers, who, by the way, they have their army of door knockers with Koch-issued iPads. They know exactly what doors they need to knock on. They know what they need to tell the people that they're talking to. They're saying to the person, the senior citizen on Medicare, oh, you know that Catherine supported the Affordable Care Act. Like that's a bad thing, but that's one of the push, they push those buttons. Or they know that they can tell somebody else, well, Catherine was not supporting a particular state school choice program that you had. So they are out there today, even as you are out there today. But guess who's gonna last longer?
We are!
We are! And when we take back the Senate, when we have the presidency, we will be able to set an agenda that talks about comprehensive immigration reform, and that not just talks about it, we put it on the agenda. Equal pay for equal work. Law of the land, still not a reality. Raising the minimum wage. College affordability. Making sure that women have access to safe health care. Those are all issues that I know Catherine supports and we've supported. And when we take back the Senate, thanks to all of you guys, we'll be able to get that on the agenda, where we'll be able to move the ball for the families of our country and for families in Nevada. Mahalo nui loa to each and every one of you. Thank you.